Is this the gate from before, minus the owl? Huh. I should carefully scout the area. Savionok means owlet. Where does it say that? A brick wall and its gates crowned with a Savionok sign statues of pioneers standing on either side, and a road sign nearby showing the bus route number 410. Well, we learn something new every day. Savionok means owlet. I hope I'm saying that right. If anyone's Russian out there, and I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. I don't speak Russian. The trip's taking a bit too long today. I smirked. A person may start acting inappropriately in extreme situations. Something like that is probably happening to me now. This place didn't look abandoned at all. No rust on the gates, no damage on... Are you kidding? This place looks trashed a little. It's kinda clean, though. Savionok. What could have a name like that? Judging by the pioneer statues, it could be a kid's summer camp. Moreover, it appears to be open. No shit, Sherlock. Of course, the simplest explanation, logically speaking, explains nothing at all. The strange girl, the altered bus, somewhere in the pioneer camp. Dozens of theories went through my mind instantly, from alien abduction to lethargic sleep, from a hallucination to a time and space shift. None was worse than any other, but there were really no way of picking a single one. Then it occurred to me, I could try to make a phone call. I took out my... Ooh. Oh no, you don't have service. Fuck. I took out my cell phone and dialed the first number from my contact list. But instead of signal strength bars, the screen was showing a thick cross. Alright, there may be no signal in such a remote place. Though I cannot be the only one who came here. Someone had to have drove the bus. Or maybe I slip drove? Is that a thing? Buses don't drive themselves. Yeah, someone had to have driven the bus. Unless it's the magic school bus. Welcome to the magic school bus. Beep beep. I examined the bus from all sides to make sure it wasn't a hallucination. Bits of dirt on the bottom, some rust here and there, faded paint and worn out tires. No, this is definitely a very ordinary Icarus. Yeah, exactly what kind of bus which takes you to places beyond your understanding if you carelessly fall asleep. I gave a nervous chuckle. It came out by itself, sporadically, because this wasn't the right place or time to laugh. But then where on earth is the driver? I cautious, maybe he's taking a squat. Bus drivers gotta go too. I cautiously sat down on the curb beside the bus and started to wait. ... My patience didn't last long. I feel you, buddy. I always gotta be doing something. Otherwise, I get bored. My anxiety seemed to have reached its peak, and I started to go slightly mad. In such a situation, anyone would have probably felt something similar. Aliens and parallel universes were gone from my imagination, leaving only void and darkness. Or maybe we're the last man in the world. Is this how everything will end? How my life will end? A bus trip to a park and I'm dead? Is this heaven? Maybe. But I wanted to do so much, and there were so many things I had no time for yet. I was overwhelmed by the idea. This was definitely the end. But why? It's not fair. Surely you're not worse than anyone else. God, why? Because we're special, somehow. Tears were burning my eyes unbearably. I curled up and started rolling in the grass. Why? What did I do? Why me? But my cries were only heard by the speechless statue of the pioneers and a bird on a tree, which immediately flapped its wings and took off, crying out something in its own bird language. Caw-caw! As if laughing at the idiot who dared to interrupt its afternoon nap. I was left breathless from weeping and just laying quietly, sobbing occasionally. Fetal position, fetal position, ... After a while, I managed to pull myself together. My mind cleared up a bit, as if terror of the fear of death gave me a little break. Oh shit. Perhaps we should go inside the gate? Maybe? Oh no, if someone wanted to kill me, What is all this for? I don't know. Dexter came up with some pretty fancy, kill scenarios. This is maybe no different. It doesn't look like an experiment either. If 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 this is if this is just some crazy coincidence, then there's probably no threat. God damn it, Sharky English. Anyway, for now, it seems there's no danger. Stranger danger. The panic was soon gone. Of course, the blood was still pounding in my temples and my hands were still shaking, but at least I could think clearly now. Right now, there's nothing I can really change anyway. So no matter how much I think about how I get mad, it would only make things worse. Till some actual facts appeared. There's really no point in making guesses. Where is everyone? I just want to meet the fucking chicks. God, I just want to get this over with. In any case, I won't learn anything by lounging about here. Yes, go in the gate. Go in the gate. There is civilization past the gates. It's a safe haven. The camp, if of course it really is a camp, looked like the only place where people could be, so I decided to go there and hardly had reached the gates when a girl came out. Yes! Yes! We're gonna meet the first girl! Ooh! Wearing a pioneer uniform. What? No, she looks like a Japanese schoolgirl. My logic didn't let me down this time. Then again, a pioneer uniform in the 21st century? What's a pioneer uniform? And then again, a girl here. I froze, unable to take a step. Let it go! Sorry. I felt very much like running away. Running away as far as I could from this place. Far from the bus, gates, statues, and far from this bloody bird with its siesta. No, don't run away from this chick. She's attractive. Just running free like the wind, faster and faster, waving on the planets past me, winking at the galaxies. I thought that said wrinkling. I was about to get really confused. Running, becoming a pulsar ray, and turning into a vestigial radiation, running to face the unknown. Run no matter where, as long as it's far away from this place. Oh hey. Meanwhile, the girl came closer and smiled. I could not help but notice her beauty, even though I was trembling with fear. Yeah. Human instincts work independent on conscious, and while I'm only 5%... Blair! 5% of the brain is responsible for cognitive processes. The remaining 95% are always busy sustaining life, and in particular, ensuing stable functional of the hormonal system. Are you getting a boner? Excuse me? Do not bring hormones into this. I desperately wanted to get less complicated and stop thinking in formal quotes from the encyclopedia, though my thoughts appeared one by one, being stupid out of place and as if taken from an inner monologue of the hero of some junky softcore crime fiction book. Yeah. A pretty Slavic face, long braids that looked like 2 armfuls of fresh hay, and blue eyes you could drown in. Hey, don't compare it to that. Fuck, I don't have a voice. Hi, you must have just arrived. Of course you gotta reply. Yes! Yes! Save! A save point! Yes! Save. Yes. Remember, Internet. First rule of visual novels. When you come to a decision, save. Otherwise you're gonna have a bad time later if you pick the wrong thing. Do not reply? Reply. Yeah. Alright then. Welcome. She smiled broadly. Strange, it looked as if I had just a normal girl in front of me. I shouldn't have returned here. The woods and fields seem better. Nah, dude, this place has chicks. You know, repopulation. Repopulation. But what shall I do next? Try to speak with her as if she was a human? Or run away? Or what? The blood was pumping unbearably in my head, tearing it apart from the inside. A little bit more and the poor pioneer girl would be spattered with the gruesome contents of my skull. What's so funny about that? The girl looked me over. It sent shivers down my spine and my knees started to tremble. Nothing. Great then. Great? What's so great about that? Suddenly a thought crossed my mind. To hell with it all. Forget about the bus behind me. The fact that it was winter yesterday and summer today. I wanted to rip off my itchy sweater and just accept that this all actually happened. Everything as it should be, all for this is the best. I don't know, buddy. Let's refrain from taking off our sweater, because, you know, she might think we're nudists, and no one wants that. Would you happen to know, You should go to our camp leader. She could tell you everything. Look, you go straight ahead to the square, then turn left. You'll see several small cabins. She pointed at the gates as if I knew what was behind them. Ooh, another fact. Fun fact. Dmitrievna is a patronymic, a derivative of a person's father name, in the case Dmitri? Is that how you spell Dmitri? Dmitri. Put by Russians after the person's first name as a sign of respect or formal address. Well, you can ask someone where Olga Dmitrievna's cabin is. Fuck. Pronouncing these names is gonna be the death of me. Got it? Of course I didn't. I can't understand half of what she's saying. Well, I've gotta go now. Bye. Wait, you can't hold my hand? I'm scared. The girl waved her hand at me and disappeared through the gates. It seemed as if to her I was something ordinary. And all this show with the bus and the travels while awake or sleep. The show with the bus and the travels while awake. Sounds like a Bill Cosby quote. Were troubling only to me, while everything here is just the way it was supposed to be. Camp leader? Pioneer uniform? What are they doing, a historical reenactment here? I hope I won't find Lenin standing atop an armored car in the square. Sorry, I got parched. But even that would not surprise me now. After standing alone for a while, I headed into the camp. Wow, what a piece of shit. A mere 15 meters ahead, a small one-story house popped up in the left side. The sign near the door said, Clubs. I was about to come closer. Ooh! Hello, Miss Pigtails? Purple? Hello? When the door suddenly opened, a short girl wearing a Pioneer uniform came out. Why is everyone wearing Pioneer uniforms? I guess a Pioneer uniform is like something they used to wear back in the day. I don't know what year. Her pretty face gave me the impression of one suffering for the fate of the whole mankind with a truly universal sorrow. Or she completely freaked out over my bulge. That'd be so weird. As soon as she saw me, the girl froze, as if frightened. Oh shit. I froze too, considering what was the best to do. To approach first or wait until she showed me some initiative. Or maybe run away after all. Why does this guy want to run away? No, face your fears. Assault this woman. Or, wait, no, don't do that. Confront her. And ask her questions. Do not assault her, though. We can go to jail. Although this last option was constantly being suggested only by my self-preserve instinct, at least that's what I'd like to believe. Not the worst human instinct, but far from the most logic. If this instinct player poker against deductive abilities, the outcome would be predetermined. And those deductive abilities, or at least their semblance, were hinting to me that there was no need to be afraid of this girl. Well, what's she gonna do to me? Excuse me? There's more? Suddenly, somebody jumped out of the nearby bushes. Girl wearing a bright red t-shirt with USSR that says CCCP with a star on top. USSR, that's not what it says. Such a perfect reproduction of the age. She looks quite shortened. This music is so fucking weird. I just heard that. Oh. She looked quite short from a distance and was probably younger than both Pioneer girls. The ones at the gate and this girl at the door of the clubs. I don't know, this is anime-ish. She can be like in her 60s maybe. Oh! I love the expressions they're making. At last, I decided to come closer, but the USSR, as I called her in my mind, jumped toward the first girl and started telling her something while wildly waving her arms. The other girl in turn seemed confused and lowered her gaze, remaining silent. I would have probably continued to observe their amusing dialogue, but the USSR suddenly pulled something out of her pocket and started waving it in front of the first girl's face. Please don't be a knife. What the fuck is... Is that a grasshopper? Oh! This something turned out to be a grasshopper. Oh, anime expressions. The first girl squealed. She must not be too keen on insects, as she instantly rushed off towards the place where Lenin presumably made a speech about the workers' and peasants' revolution. That is to say, towards the square. The USSR glanced at me, grinned playfully, and dashed after her. Not a bad start of the day, that was quite amusing.